The sentencing that was scheduled today for 3 former school employees of the now closed Guiding Hand School in Dorado County has been postponed.
Yeah, the 3 were indicted in the death of 13-year-old student Max Benson. He was a student with autism who attended the Guiding Hand School. He died in November of 2018, days after being restrained by a teacher at the school after school officials say he became violent.
The indictments come more than 2 years after the former school employees were first charged by the Dorado County District Attorney's Office with involuntary manslaughter in Benson's death.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias is live at the Dorado County Superior Courthouse. And Roxanne, what have you learned today?
Well, Chris, before even heading into the courtroom today, I spoke with Max Benson's grandfather, who told me he had been waiting on this day for more than 6 years following his death. I asked him if there was any such thing as justice for him, and he answered shortly by just saying no. Now, he and everyone else who was here today, almost all of the seats were filled in that courtroom. They were waiting and expecting to hear the punishment for the 3 employees who were indicted in the death of Max Benson. But now that has been delayed after the judge heard the victim's impact statement and met with counsel from both sides, so we could not hear what was being discussed. But the judge came back after a recess and said there wouldn't be a sentencing today. This was after the family's attorney, Dustin Collier, read the impact statement on behalf of Benson's family. He began by saying there had been a 7-year delay for the family to seek justice. Collier then laid out information that the school and staff had been warned of the dangers of using restraining methods, but they still used them anyway. He then recalled the day the 13-year-old Max Benson died at the school, saying staff let him die at their hands. Throughout this part, you could see and hear Benson's mother, Stacia Langley, crying and tightly hugging Benson's grandfather. Collier then asked the judge to impose the maximum sentence since the defendant's plea deals would probably result in no jail time. According to the Dorado County DA's office, in a plea deal, Kimberly Woolwind has pleaded guilty to felony involuntary manslaughter. And Cindy Keller and Star Ann Myers are pleaded no contest to misdemeanor child endangerment causing death. But once it was time for sentencing, in a turn of events, the judge came back and indicated that this particular court had not previously heard any evidence in this case, and based on what he had heard in court today, he was not prepared to accept the plea deal and go forward with the sentencing. Now, the judge has set a new hearing for August 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I did try to speak to some of the family once everything was wrapped up, but they politely declined to speak at this time. And of course, as you can imagine, they were very frustrated to hear that there would not be any sentencing today. I'm live in Placerville. Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.